Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to do our household stock up for this week. I think starting in September, I'm going to change some gears. Apologize for the sound in the background. Our countertop ice maker is getting ready to start making ice for us for the day, as I have ice trays downstairs locked up in the freezer so the kids can't get a hold of them, because I'm actually making 8-pound bags of ice downstairs through the ice trays that I have, and keeping those downstairs because I can't keep a stock up of ice. My kids go through it like crazy. So they use the countertop machine upstairs for their ice source until I get the other ice literally stocked up. So long-winded to say that. Apologize that the ice machine is starting up in the background, but I wanted to come on and talk about a few things. Number one, we're going to change gears next month. I think I'm going back to what I call focused sections. Now, I've done this in the past, and again, I will apologize. I have deleted 351 videos a while back when I did not think that I was going to be doing a prepping channel anymore, but I went offline for 4 months, didn't put the videos in just a private mode. I literally deleted them. I kind of regret doing that, but then again, I don't. But I am going to go back to what I call focus sections, where I'm just going to pick 1, 2, or 3 items and stock up on them until I am at max capacity of what I want to be at for my household, and then move on to the next item. For example, we'll talk about the paper towels here in a minute, y'all, because I've got some really big news to tell you about paper towels. Whew, I'm not really happy about it, but I've got to tell you about it. But for example, things like, let's say, paper towels. I want to stock up for a year's worth of paper towels at a time. I will keep stocking paper towels every single month until I get to that year mark, and then I'm going to flip to something else and do it that way. Now, I will probably pick 2, 3 things each section. For example, if I start with canned vegetables, like I was doing in the past, I will stock up like green beans, peas, and corn, and until their max capacity, I won't move on to the next canned good items. So that's what I'm going to go back to doing starting in September. This randomizing stock up is just not working for me unless something goes on sale. Then I will go ahead and flip and switch and grab that if I can, or if I have any kind of a coupon, which are kind of getting far and few between trying to grab coupons, I will do that as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and tell you what we've got for this week for our household section. Number one, we've got another fire extinguisher, y'all, in case anything is to happen and we need to put out a small fire and get it under control fast. It could be for any reason whatsoever. We do have a secondary fire extinguisher now, and I think 2 should be okay for us to have. I did put in a brand new carbon monoxide / smoke detector downstairs. We just got that installed. The one that was in the house, y'all, was from like the 1980s or 90s, so it really need to be updated. I also had found the batteries that I couldn't find last time, inserted one battery into that, and I've got a secondary backup 9-volt battery. Batteries is something I really need to get a big stock up on. For Danya, I got her one shampoo. She likes the Pantry, but now she's thinking she's wanting to go back to the Suave Professionals. We'll see what happens. But I did get her one Pantene for her, and I've got one shampoo for Jessica because the Suave is what Jessie likes to get. And Pantene, Danya really liked the Pantene, but now all of a sudden she's like, I might want to change back. Back behind the paper towels, I do have a furnace filter, y'all. It's one thing I still need to stock up on. I can't find them in sets at my local Walmart on a very good sale. Now, I was told by the Macintosh company, which is heating and cooling here that we use in my town. That's the company I go through, is heating and cooling, is Macintosh. And they said, don't get the really expensive furnace filters, because they were clogging up my furnace and causing a massive issue. They said just get the super duper cheap one. So let me move this a little bit. Get the super duper cheap ones. This one used to be $4 a furnace filter. Now they are $5.26. So they've gone up by $1.26. This is a 16 by 25 by 1. So I needed another one, but I really need to get a stock of these. I do change out my furnace filter every single month. I know a recommendation usually is every 3 months, but y'all, we can't do every 3 months in this house. For some reason, we have to do every single month. So don't get the really expensive allergen ones unless your furnace people tell you to do so, because it was screwing up our furnace, and our furnace is only about 8 years old. So it's not an old furnace that was replaced a while back, by 8 years ago. So we have to go with the cheaper ones, otherwise it screws up our furnace. So that's something I really need to start stocking up on. I need to have 12 in stock in order to have a year's worth. And y'all, this is 1 in stock. I don't have 12, so I'm 11 behind right now. Paper towels, let's talk about paper towels. I was going to switch back to the Bounty paper towels because these generic paper towels, you got to use more when I wipe down surfaces. I do not use these for anything other than wipe down surfaces or to drain grease if I need to drain grease off of something that I'm cooking for the kids. However, I looked at the 2-ply Bounty paper towel that I normally pick it up, and it is a 2-pack. They used to be $4.98 for a 2-pack. Y'all, listen to this. I can't go back to Bounty paper towels, and here's why. They are $9.98 for a 2-pack. I'm not even joking you. They more than doubled, and there's no way in God's green earth am I going to pay $10 for 2 rolls of paper towels. I am going to have to start buying it through Sam's Club. I absolutely love the ones at Sam's Club. You get 15 for a pack, and I'm going to go back to that. I go through a lot of paper towels. I do not like microfiber cloths. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of you out there that are fans of them. I am not. I absolutely don't like them. I also tried the reusable paper towels. Didn't like them either. I thought I was going to. Turned out I didn't like them. I was pretty sad about that because I was really hyped up about getting reusable paper towels that you can just throw in your washer and hang dry, but no, it didn't work out for us. So we are just going to stick with the great value paper towels, and there's nothing I can do. This pack here cost me almost $7, y'all. It's getting crazy. Trash bags, another thing I'm going to start buying at Sam's Club, and I used to buy them in the past. I used to get them in big bulk. I need to see and make sure I can get the 30-gallon there. I do believe I can. In the past, I had a 13-gallon trash can. Now I have a 20-gallon trash can. Yes, these are bigger than 20 gallons, but y'all, my kids tend to overfill and overstuff the trash can before they take it out, and it's sad because our trash can is right at the end of our driveway, which is right here at our house. So with that being said, I just want to make sure that our trash bags are not falling into our trash can. So yes, I did get the bigger size of the 30-gallon trash bags. Again, something I don't have in stock right now. This is something that we're going to use on the fly, but I'm going to have to use Sam's Club and utilize Sam's Club to get the bigger, huge boxes of their trash bags and start really getting stocked up on it. The one good thing about household stock up, and we'll talk about the medication in a minute because that's something I'm not going to stock up too much on, and I'll explain that why, is these won't expire. This won't expire. The filter won't expire. Shampoo and conditioner, I don't know if they expire, but we've never had an issue with that. Household items, I really, honestly want to get a 5-year stock on. Things such as food and all that, no. I do look at expiration dates. I do know that when things start to go past their expiration and or best by date, whatever you want to call it, y'all, you start to lose the nutrition. It starts to lose taste. I've told you in the past, I've thrown away canned goods. I've thrown away spaghetti sauces that went bad, okay? And it was like there was no amount of seasoning you could add to that item to make it taste good. So I did have to throw it away. So our overall stockpile downstairs, I was kind of playing around with a 9-month stock up. It's just going to be anywhere from between a 3 and 9 month stock up is what I'm going to say. I haven't really quite settled. I thought it was going to be 3 months, and I was like, no, 9 months. I just want to fill my shelves. I'm just going to be honest. I just want to fill my shelves back up because they're looking a little bare again. So let's talk about medication. Medication's another thing that after it goes past its best by or best used by date, it starts to lessen the effect of the medication. So after it goes bye-bye on the expiration date or go past it, then what you have is an 80% effective rate, and then it starts to go down. I do not want a cold medicine or any kind of medicine only working 80% of the time. If I'm not feeling good, I need something that works 100% of the time. One thing you'll see in my next stock up is we're going to start stocking up on cough drops and things of that nature. The winter is coming up and around the corner, hopefully fast, because right now, yesterday it was 96 degrees with a heat index of 107, and Lord only has mercy knows what it's going to be today. I didn't even check the weather today. But our air conditioning is pumping out super duper overtime right now. So one thing I did, I'll talk about the orange oil here in a minute because I forgot about that. 2 things, a Seneca, which are just some medication in case you need to relieve yourself and you can't. If you're constipated, you know, we all have to talk about things like this. So you have those. Over here, I apologize. This is the Seneca. Over here are just cough and cold medication. Now, I do get an allowance with my insurance company, and I need to go through their pharmacy online in order to order these products. And y'all, they're super duper expensive. But it's a money type amount that you use it or lose it, and you can't use it anywhere else but their own pharmacy. So I do go ahead and utilize the pharmacy. I get $50 every 3 months, and that's what I do. So I bought these 2 boxes of cough and cold. I think it's kind of like NyQuil type version. I believe they're day and night pills. I bought 2 boxes of those, 2 bottles of the Seneca. And then I got Danya this for her eczema. I want to see if it works for her. Now, honestly, the medication is supposed to be for me, but y'all, it's for the household, okay? I'm just not going to lie. I'm not going to lose the $50 benefit that I'm given every month for free, so I'm using it up. And again, they're really expensive. They're charging $7 for one of these boxes, okay? That's ridiculous. They charge $10 for Danya's eczema medication. Now, I have psoriasis, but Danya has eczema. I chose to give her that item, and I'll deal with my stuff at Walmart or something of that nature. So we've got that. Now, here is something I picked up. I did open it up. I smelt it. I'm going to let you know in the next household video if this worked or not. I normally buy the essential oils by the company Now, N-O-W. And I usually get them through Amazon, but y'all, they've been getting expensive as well. It's not just the price of food that's going up, everybody. It's everything that's going up. So I did smell this one because I do like to use essential oils with vinegar and water, and use it as a pretty much a do-it-yourself household cleaner. I really like the smell of lemons, oranges, and peppermint, and Now has been going up drastically. In fact, the last time I looked, I think the peppermint bottle was like $17 for 4 ounces. Now, that's a pretty good sized bottle, but y'all, I go through it like wildfire. I'm OCD. I like to clean, 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 clean. So I did open it up. I smelled it. It didn't smell as strong as the Now one does, but it smells pretty good. I will test it out, and then I will let you know next month in my household stock up how it did and whether I'm going to buy it from Walmart. This was almost $5 for this itty bitty tiny bottle. In fact, let me open it up and show you. So it's a very, 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 very small bottle. And y'all, I've got very small hands. So I've got child size hands. If it tells you anything. Very small. But we'll go ahead and we'll try it and see if it works, if it has the smell that I want. I really like the Pledge orange oil, but the problem is I can't find it at Walmart, and I'm having a hard time finding it in a price range that I am comfortable with paying it for. So we have that. 2 things that we have over here, and I'm getting these quite a bit. These are like little dish tubs, but I don't use them as dish tubs. One actually is really going to go in the refrigerator to hold the potatoes. I do not leave potatoes out. My house is not cold enough for that, and the potatoes go bad and they wrinkle up really super fast. But if I put them in the fridge, y'all, they'll last months and months and months, and it kind of scares me they last that long. But one tub is for a almost a 20-pound bag. I think it's like 10 or 15 pounds of potatoes. The other one I'm going to leave downstairs on my prep shelf, because when I am moving things from my prep shelf and rotating them upstairs to be used and then backfilling on my prep shelves, I need a container to bring up items and restock my kitchen with. So I'm using one tub for upstairs. One's going to go down on the prep pantry shelf so that we can use it. One item I don't have in here, and I apologize I didn't grab it, but you will see it in the thumbnail, is a 60 count, I think it was 60, no, maybe it was a 30, I think it was a 30 count pack of size 5 overnight pads for my girls. So sorry y'all if you're men and you're listening to this, but you know, women have to have their feminine products. So I do have a huge pack of those that I did buy at Walmart. I had not seen those but online to be shipped to the house, and now they're selling them in the huge value packs at Walmart. I believe there's 30 in a pack. Usually there's 20, but they had 30, so I grabbed the larger pack. I have 2 girls still in the house, so yep, I had to get that too. So that's what we have for you today. Again, I think I'm going to go back to focus sections starting in September. I'm going to start with my canned goods for my shelf stable items. Now, I will tell you, when November and December come up, y'all, I will shift gears and start buying a huge amount, if I can get my hands on it, of baking items and things that go on sale during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in my house, but, you know, when those spiral hams go on sale, y'all, or the hams go on sale, let me tell you nothing. When the hams go on sale, here's what you need to do. Even if it's not a spiral cut and it's a boneless ham, we get those little small boneless hams. We do. It's like maybe 3 or 4 pounds. I will take them to the deli. I will have them slice them in the thinness of sandwich meat. Okay, because right now, ham in my area, Black Forest ham, okay, let's talk about that one first. Black Forest ham is over $6 a pound, and that's in the cold cut section. That's not in the deli section, y'all. But I will buy like the sugar hams or the different hams, and I will have the deli slice it super duper thin. I will have them put them in 1 pound packages. They'll bundle it all together. They'll slap the real label on there that it's actually costing me, and then I will put them in the freezer, and that's how I'm going to stock up on lunch meat, because my kids love ham lunch meat. But I do not like the price of ham being at over $6 a pound, and that's just for the great value version, y'all. That's just for the great value, okay? That's what Hillshire Farm used to cost, okay, but not no more. So with that being said, during the holidays, y'all, stock up on your canned soups. If you use canned soups, stock up on your sugars, your flours, your baking items, your cookie dough essentials. Stock up on your turkeys. My kids don't like turkey, but one child in the house. So stock up on your turkey, stock up on your ham. Get that ham sliced by the deli so that you can get it pre-packaged. They'll pre-package it for you, y'all, and you can throw it in your freezer and then have ham sandwiches, or use that ham for whatever you want to use it for. But you got it for a much, much lower price because it's holiday. So take advantage of the holiday situations coming up in November and December. Y'all, we're trying to utilize those as well over here with, again, the sugar, the flour, all the chocolate chips, all of the meats that go on sale during that time, all of the products that go on sale during that time. We utilize them because they're cheaper during that time, and that's a big time stock up, especially for preppers and bakers, is November and December. So start putting a little bit of money aside here and there, and that way you can go ahead and stock. When you get the chance, you'll have the money. Just put $20 a week away, or whatever you can put away every single week, so that when that time comes around, November and December, you can hit and utilize those sales to stock your shelves. All right, y'all, that's what we have for you today. Do know that the first week of September, we're going to start rotating again on vegetables. So I'm going to go downstairs, find out what I got. I'm looking at green beans right now. I'm looking at corn right now, and probably peas. That's going to be the first rotation for my canned goods section. And then I will talk to you as we go through the next week and give you an update what the next section is going to be for the next situation. No, I take that back, y'all. First week is meat. I just started thinking. Second week is canned good. First week is meats, and we're just going to continue to stock up on chicken breast because that is super duper cheap right now at our local Aldi. And I don't mean really super duper cheap. Maybe I'm telling a little bit of a fib, but I'm excited. It's $2.49 per pound. I can't find it anywhere else. So we're going to stock up on chicken breasts. We will still be stocking up on those hamburger patties I talked to y'all about that are $1.99 still at our local Walmart. It's 5 pounds of hamburger patties, great value, frozen. Don't go buy that hamburger over in the casing that's thawed out, because that is like $4 a pound, and that's for the 73.27. Go to the frozen food section. I'm not even lying to y'all. Get the hamburger patties. See if the great value 20-count hamburger patties, it's 5 pounds, is still $1.99, because if it is, that whole entire box is $10. Take out whatever portion size hamburger patties you want. They're all about 4 ounces each. That helps you to portion it out. It helps you to know that you just bought 5 pounds worth of hamburger meat in the frozen food section. They're hamburger patties. They have no seasoning on them when they thaw out, y'all. It's just ground beef in a circular shape. And now you got hamburger for $2 a pound. Less than $2, $1.99. So anyways, meat's the first rotation. Apologize. Then canned goods are going to be the second rotation. And then the third rotation will come in, and then the fourth rotation. So we'll talk about third and fourth rotation when we get closer to that time. I'll let you know what I'm going to be going ahead and doing focus sections on in the full bit. So questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, leave them down for me in the comment section down below. We'll catch you in the next video. Without Limits is out.